Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at Facebook, Apple, Amazon, and Netflix. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like my videos, go to my website, sign up for free, or click down here in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Traders, looking for a new broker? Check out venomtrading.com/promo/StockBookie. Alright guys, so Facebook. Daily chart, 19 million on the day, 2.4% green, $4.78 green on the day. We did make an all-time high. Everybody gets hyped. It's all time on the news, CNBC, and 50-point run from the disaster here with the data breach, all that garbage. And they got it by the dip mentality, straight back up or 50 points higher. And we made new all-time highs on Friday with the jobs report. Better than expected, guys. Huge rally on Wall Street with no participation. So right now we're going to see if this thing can breach this area. We're back above this major trend line. We'll go to the weekly to show that, and trying to break out again. Nice little retrace on here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. We come back down, fill this gap, and pop goes the weasel right back up. 2 days later, we're at the all-time highs, like nothing ever happened back here. We go to the weekly chart. You can see the channel a little bit better. I mean, we were channeling here for a while, guys, and finally we got to here. We broke out. Now we're starting a new channel from these highs to the highs up here. So we got it back in here. Chop, chop, chop. Right back down. Right back up. All-time highs. Guys, it's Facebook. It's got to go higher, right? So we'll see what this brings us in the next couple of weeks going into earnings. I want to look at the monthly real quick too. Yeah, monthly still. Yeah, see how it was stretched here from the 20, comes back in, gets stretched again, had a little doji here. So on this month, I want to see a close above the all-time highs. You know, if this thing gets back up here, I think it's going to come right back in. And for earnings, guys, we're going to play a lot of these. If we get any pops on any of these stocks, the Facebook's, Apple, we will be shorting these stocks, period. Bottom line, end of story. We did have a Facebook, we shorted calls. We already pulled that one off, popped up again, and we might possibly do something with this one in the future, maybe. So again, we let's see what happens. You know, going into earnings seasons, anything's happen. It's a 50-50 shot, but we're in the top of the range over the trend line here. We did it here too, same thing. Look at that pop, clicked over, straight down. Tried to retrace it, straight down. Came back up, look at the pop, comes back in, retraces. Do we stop here off the resistance, or do we continue higher? We'll find out next week, guys, on this one. Let's look at the weekly one more time on this. Weekly, same thing, great reversal to the highs. You know, but after this run, guys, I mean, it was a 54-point run or whatever it was. I got to see more. Did it? I don't think nope, we didn't close above these highs either, so that's something to look for as well. Facebook, guys, if you're long, just protect the position, put a trailing stop on there just in case they have bad earnings and this thing comes in. I'm waiting for the pop, then the fade these things, or possibly short some calls. So let's look at Apple. So Apple, guys, Apple really not going anywhere after these great pushes, guys. So daily chart, we had 17 million on the day, 1.39% green, $2.57 up on the day. This is down in a little bit of sideways action. We got above the 20 MA, which is more of a bullish stance. It's good for the stock, but we're still in this range where it looked like it was about to break out. Oh man, here we go. Everyone's getting bullish. You know, Buffett's buying, this guy's buying, Siegel's saying something. You get all the, you know, Kramer saying they gotta buy Apple or whatever, all the news coming out. But down sideways, looks like they're waiting for earnings as well on this one. I want to stick a fib in here from this low to this high, and I want to see what we're holding on to, if we're holding on to anything here. So when we came back in, yep, 382 here, got the bounce, back above the 750 or the 250 retrace. The other one I wanted to see too as well, I want to see more of a short-term retrace, see where we went into. So we're into the 50% retrace, 618. Yeah, I'll be watching around the 190.78 area to see if that will do it and see if we get back above the trend line. But right now, guys, this is a little bit bearish pattern, even though we're above the MAs in a bullish stance, but down sideways, and now we're just chopping. We'll have to keep an eye on this one. For Apple, you know, volume was all right. It's no great shakes on the daily, but man, nice pattern here. We didn't close above that. This will be interesting going into next week. Weekly chart. Weekly chart, same thing. Nice push up. Then the volume, look, the volume disappears. We just kind of float. Comes in with a little bit of selling. Comes down here, catches the 750 retrace, gets the bounce back to the 50 retrace. So still a little, you know, still in a bullish stance above the MAs. Weekly chart still looking okay. A little bit stretched, 179, about 10 and $8 stretch from the 20. But the one I'm getting concerned about is the 170 area. If this thing gets, you know, continues staying buoyant, watch for the 170 or the 50 MA for your target price. You know, I still think we're coming down into this area. It's just a matter of time. But with the low, higher low, still that's intact. It's all right, guys. It's not the best, not the worst. I'm going to pull this one out a little bit further. Here's your top trend line, though, there that we've been trying to break out. Got above it, couldn't follow through. Came right back in. Nice retrace. We'll see where this leads us going into earnings. And, guys, if you want to play earnings, remember, small positions. Don't load the boat. Don't get crazy on me and then send me an email saying, hey, I lost a bunch of money. Well, what was your position size? Oh, you must have a $20 million account. No, but I was all in. So slow and steady. No all-in positions. No more than 10% of your total portfolio in a share position. If you're playing an option, 1 to 3%. I'd play them at 1% right now. If you have a $100,000 account, you do a $1,000 option. Easier to manage. Easier to manage the position, easier to manage your emotions. Emotions is what kills you in the market. So we're back above the range on here. Let's see what happens. Still a little bit stretched from the 157 area. I still think we're coming down. We haven't kissed that in a little while, guys. It's got to come back down and kiss these MAs. It's just the nature of the beast, guys. It's almost time. So maybe we do the pop on earnings and then the drop and the fade and the markets fade in the second half of the year. So that's what a lot of people are saying. We'll see if it comes to fruition. All right, so let's go into Amazon, the beast. You know, this thing just keeps going and going. I mean, 2015, it was a $300 stock, guys. So watch for that. You know, too far, too fast, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens with this one. This was another one that was in a big range. So I'm going to pull this a little bit out. Up and down, up and down. Every time it gets to the top of the range, everyone, oh, here it goes. It's breaking out. And right back down. Comes back in. Right back down. Comes back in. Pulls back. Tries to make a run for the roses. Comes right back in. And honestly, guys, this is down sideways. This is a nice little bearish wedge here. Still in the range. Let's see, did it close? Well, it got above the 20, so it's in a bullish stance. But man, the trend is kind of not, it's intact still, but not, you know, after this little choppy action, we are, you know, the low, higher low, stuff like that. But down sideways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days sideways. Let's see what it brings us next week, guys. Gosh, I like patterns like this, and we end up down here, and then we end up going. Maybe we pull back before we get to the earnings day. And this one here on the daily, just to say, let's see, what was it, 2.6 million, 0.64% green, $10.90 up on the day. So it's holding there, but man, great action. You know, $20 days up and down, 10, 20, 10, 20, 10. It's pretty amazing. Weekly chart. Weekly chart, same thing. Here's your range. Nice little topping tail, though. That's what we're keeping an eye on. This tail holds. I mean, that's big. You got to get above the 1763 area, whatever. What was the high? 1763.10 on that area. So, you know, in order for this thing to move higher, a little bit stretched from the 20 and the 50. See how we're nice spacing here, and now we're starting to get a little bit wider. Get a little bit wide here for me. Also, little topping tail, top of the range, going into earnings, guys. Volume was a little bit lower because we had the 1 day off of 4th of July, but let's just keep an eye on these going into earnings. Remember, small positions going into the ER reports, it's a 50-50 shot up or down. If these do pop, we will be shorting calls or possibly fading these things with shares. Maybe puts, but puts after earnings a little bit dangerous, but we'll have to see how these things play out when the time comes. So earnings on these are coming up in the next month or so, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter, but we'll keep an eye on that. But good stance above the MAs. What else can you ask for, guys? Just trail the stop. Don't turn a great trade into a turd because you were hoping, for the 2,000 price to hit. Gosh, if you were in these, since 900 bucks, 950, 1,000, and you're at 1,700, pull something off already. Gosh, stop being a pig. I'm a pig too, but gosh, take something off the table. Monthly chart stretched 1179 is my price target right now. That's or the 20 MA. Hasn't kissed it in a long time. Eventually it will be here, and eventually it's going to come to the 50 MA, wherever that might be. Spacing's pretty good here still. Getting a little bit wide into here. But we'll have to keep an eye on this. This is the monthly, so we still got plenty of time left on here. Let's see what it gives us in the next, especially this week, in the next couple of days, and then the weekly close. Let's see what the weekly is again. Yeah, until we are above this candle here and above this range and get some follow through with some volume, I'm still thinking this is coming down. Earnings again, 50-50 shot, just like the casino. And then Netflix, guys, what can I say about this one? You go from 180 to 400. It's ridiculous since 2018, and everyone's like, it's got room to run. No, it's running because the markets are buoyant, and then no news. They're just keeping it going, keeping it. This will be probably the stock of the year. It might be actually. But we had 8 million on the day, 2.47% green, $9.86 up on the day, and a little bit after hours too. It's Netflix, but I've seen these patterns before on Netflix where, gosh, it's just a light volume. Comes down, great bearish pattern, pops up, and then starts taking off. This one here, but look at the volume. Gone. Then you get a little bit of push, I think some news, and then gone. And then you get some more news here. Oh, Netflix is taking over the world. Because remember, 2 years ago, it was Amazon was taking over Netflix. Don't get into this because Netflix is the worst thing possible. See, they were telling you that because they want you to chase. They weren't saying it's to buy it here. They're telling you to buy it here. They were telling down here, oh, you don't want to touch Netflix, no way. But you want it to keep going. So then it's, oh man, I'm missing out on Netflix. I'm missing out. Oh, and the next thing you know, you're buying up here because of the hype. Oh, the earnings should be great. But here's the channel. Every time we get above it, it starts chopping. This one did pretty good here on this one. It finally almost did it and came right back in. Look what it's holding on to. It's holding on to that bottom trend line, which is now great support. We come in, nice little sell, inside bar, bearish pattern, till we get above here, 411.60. I still think this is going down. Weekly chart. Weekly chart on Netflix still extended. 335 would be my price target down in here, and then more. When you get these MAs starting to get a little more separation here, this is nice spacing for an uptrend, and that's what it was doing. You start getting this where, this one's flying higher, this one's curling, and the 200's barely going anywhere, guys. You better step aside here. And plus, we haven't touched the 20 in a while, and we definitely haven't touched the 50 in a while. It's got to come back to home base eventually, guys. So if you're in this one with me, just hold tight. Just let's see what it gives us. Gary, this one's for you, buddy. This one, just keep holding, guys. This one will be down here and then possibly lower. You're going to be in some pain. That's why, again, my members, guys, small positions, no more than 10%. And these you have to do shares. Puts and stuff are tough. Shorting calls, we can do that. We had puts on this one. We did okay. We're upside down a little bit, but we pulled off half, did it again, pulled off half, did it again. So we're a little bit upside down on the last position. So, but again, we get one little drop. We'll take the puts off and be happy and move along, guys. Move along. So weekly chart, a little bit stretched. Straight up. Volume wasn't bad, though. It was a little bit choppy in here. It was a little bit light as we floated up. but little turbulence up here, but we're holding this area. Nice little reversal on the weekly on the jobs report. So let's give it next week. Let's see what happens on this one. Monthly Netflix though, still stretched. Look at that, 222 would be my price target at this point. Eventually it'll be 250, 275, but guarantee this one will be down in here eventually one day. Stocks, just unhealthy moves, guys. Look at that, straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months up. 8 months up. If you're a member of mine, you know what the deal is with that one. So volume was okay. Let's go back to the daily. Where was the volume? Yeah, see, it dries up and just chopping around. Depleting the puts, guys, depleting the puts. So let's see what happens with these going into next week, going into earnings. Remember, guys, small positions, don't overload it, especially with the 50-50 shot on ER, guys. It's like the casino. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. But if you're going to do that, go small. If it goes against you, make sure you have some more to add just in case it does. So, all right, thanks again stopping by. I really do appreciate you watching my videos. I love making them for you guys, and hopefully I'm helping some of you traders out there make better decisions here, making some money, and just going small. It's a marathon, guys, not a sprint. So again, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.